Hi, this is BB. It's Sunday morning. It's the 29th, I believe. It's the 29th, yeah. And I went to sleep last night. I was covered under my blanket. I was covered under my blanket. I was hoping that I would stay there. I woke up. If you notice my hair at the top, it looks oily. It's like it's in clumps. You see how it looks here? Like there's oil in it, and there's oil on my nose. This used to happen before. There's oil on my head here, and there's oil on my nose. I don't use oil. I don't put anything in my head but shampoo. There was oil on my nose. My throat is sore right now. It's oil here. But whatever this is, I don't know. It doesn't really have a smell, but it has like a doesn't really have a smell. It smells faintly of shampoo, my shampoo, but this is definitely oily, as you can see. Something is in the middle here. I don't use oil. I didn't go to sleep like this. That's one, and it was over my nose. Must have rubbed off by now, because I've been up for like maybe an hour and a half. I was dreaming that I was going back to King City, California, looking for a house or an apartment to rent or something. And I met this landlord who was giving me something similar to my little cottage. A little cottage. And it was blue in color. And there was a bag of rice. And the rice had worms in it. Worms. He was saying you could use this. And there was mud all around the house. Mud in my country signifies sickness. If you step in it, it signifies sickness. I smell a shot of chlorine. I don't know if you can hear that. You always hear a click. Hopefully you heard it. It's coming from the kitchen area. Maybe, but I smelled a shot of chlorine. Hopefully it was picked up. But the thing is, with that being said, is the rice. I checked it out. I checked out the rice. The rice signifies that somebody is taking advantage of you. Like a slow burn type of advantage. Somebody is eating away at something to do with abundance and wealth. That's what the rice signifies. That somebody or a group of people are eating away at you. At your abundance, your generosity. They're taking advantage of you. That's what it means. It doesn't mean sickness or illness. It means someone taking advantage of you. Massive advantage, because it was a lot of worms. These worms came up before by a guy, a psychic I used to talk to. I mean, for those of you who are following the spirituality, some people prophesy, some people call it psychic. He was saying the same thing, but they were like wormholes all over someone's body. There was a girl, a woman, a female. There were holes all over, wormholes. Somebody massively took advantage of her. There were wormholes all over her. These worms came up before. And I had a dream back then as well. I looked on the walls in my apartment. It was in my apartment, and on the walls there were like little trees all over. Like groups of ants. Little trees. That's one of the things these people do. It might be a clear liquid. Remember I mentioned this before back in 2020 or 2021. It's like when they use whatever devices they have to heat up your apartment or whatever, they have things that react to the heat that causes irritants or irritation in your lungs, your nose, your nasal passages, your every part of your body. And if they adorn your walls with these things, when you spray, it goes in a lump and then it starts to go off, and it might look like a tree. If you get a white light, Amazon sells a 2-pack for like 10 to 15 bucks. I have one. It used to be in the apartment back in California, not California, in Oklahoma when I moved. It was all over the walls. Like somebody just threw stuff on the wall. Wasn't to the naked eye. But this is probably burning my nose. It's going to burn my nose and cause dizziness all the time. And if they have these energy weapons on it, it would look really bad. If you have these energy weapons, it would just irritate you to an extreme. I don't know the how far-reaching effects it has. I don't know. Whatever it is, right now they're trying to distract me by it's a thought reading. Now, I don't know what the technology is, but it's reading your thoughts almost in real time, and this is happening to me in real time. People are hacking my head right now in real time. To say head hacks is like a street talk for whatever they're doing. The technology exists for them to hook on to you without any wires. It exists. Sooner or later, it's going to come out, these technologies. You put them together, you gather them, you adorn a person with them, and the result will be what is called a head hack. They're hacked on to the person, basically. It's a hack because you don't allow them to. They may allow each other to, but I don't. All of this came about because they stole from me. And I don't know where to look to find where the stamps were sold. Somebody had to buy them. They can't conjure these monies out of their asses. Somebody with money had to buy them and fortify these people. Somebody. The people who are doing this are believe are Caucasian people who they've hired to. Americans who they've hired to do this to me. Because the Guyanese people, I don't think they had that technology. I mean, that's what they're telling me. It's from the GDF. We have the Guyana Defense Force. It's the GDF. It's the police. It's the FBI. It's Homeland Security. They just have me going around in a circle. Round and around and around and around and around and around and around. Around and around and around and around. So I don't know with this oil what happened here. I don't know. But the trees, and I did dream it. And I also dreamt that the trees, this design, whatever these things were, it was in my kitchen, on my bread, on my food. And I was wondering, and I ate it. I ate the bread. And I was wondering, why am I eating this bread and it has worms on it or ants on it? Why am I eating this bread? The Bible, I just realized something. The Bible speaks of bread. And rotten bread, worm bread. Rotten bread. Why am I eating this bread? I have to look into that. But anyway, the cottage I was dreaming about, I dreamt it twice. And it's the same, the bags of rice. And there was a little kitten running around. The man was going to give me the cottage. And they were telling me it's the people next door, all kinds of things. Now, next door to me, where I used to live, there was a group of 3 or 4 guys who used to terrorize the neighborhood. You got a bottle of shampoo, you got a bottle of something, a bare pair of boots that looks good, they'll just steal it and sell it. Now, we would argue there were not enough jobs, or maybe they were just fucking lazy. One of the two. There were either not enough jobs or they were lazy. Now these people are going to want to go terrorize those people. I don't know. I'll find out sooner or later. These people are bad. They're bad. They're looking to terrorize people. I'm smelling like peppermint. Slight whiffs of peppermint. Like peppermint. But anyway, I had the dream, and this here, I don't know. So I just wanted to share that with you. And I'm going to look into this bread, because it didn't strike me until now, of this bread. Eating this bread, this bad bread. And spraying it all over my home, but I wasn't the one spraying it. Unless the psychic readings, I don't know. But then I don't trust these people. These people use your belief system against you. This is where the thought readings, and they analyze the situation, and they read this. If there's a lot involved and a lot at stake, they're going to take the time to do the research, and they're going to use you against you. Because you're already under your radar. Your belief system is under your radar. You don't fight it. And they're going to systematically use what you believe against you. Signs, portents, ideas, thoughts, what you might believe, what you will reject. They do their research. That's maybe what the Mexican couple was doing. They did the research. I don't know. It's just a thought, but I wanted to share that with you. And if you have any dreams or anything, share it with me. Let people know. It'll give you a sense of peace as well. I'm not here to condemn or judge. And there are people out there who actually are going through similar things, and they need to be heartened. They need to be feeling like they're not alone. They're not completely lost. And most of all, that they're not crazy. These things are happening, and they're not to be blamed. No matter, I don't care what criminal activities you got involved in. It's not right for people to do this to you. It's not. If you're criminally bad now, that's what the police is for. That's what the judicial system is for. Not this. This is not even vigilante justice. This is just a group of people taking advantage of people for personal gain. They're bad people. These are the people you're afraid of. These are not protecting the peace. They're not doing it because they're keeping someone safe and you're a threat to that person. Most of us are not threats to anyone. They're from the ground level to the highest level. They're just bad. They are the threats to humanity, not you.